Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT. Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
And me, Banshee. Welcome to our monthly Modality message.
Yes, it's time for that once again because the sun
Bye-bye, Scorpios.
is moving. You couldn't wait for that. The sun is moving into Sagittarius, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday to our Sagittarian friends. We know you're out there somewhere, so we appreciate you. And this reading is not just really good for Sagittarians, it's good for everybody during Sagittarius season.
Right, because at the heart of a modality reading is modalities really are about the ways we perceive and enact energies that affect our behaviors, whereas elemental aspects are more about our personality or things that might be fluctuating there. This is really about how we work towards our goals.
Is it about our modus operandi?
That's another way of putting it, yes.
Well, at any rate, we decided to align it, with the changing of the astrological signs. We just thought it would be a nice time and to do a reading that would encompass that entire season. So this is it. So thanks for joining us, and we're going to get started. We're going to get started with my friends, the Cardinal signs.
The Cardinal modality. There are three, and Cardinal is the leading one.
Am I wearing one?
There you go. Wow. Cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So what are the things about those four distinct signs that make them similar? Here's some of their positives. They are initiators. They get things started. They're active and quick. They have drive, ambition, vim and vigor if you're old school. No slackers. Enthusiastic. A zest for life. Clever. They want to win. However,
don't we all? Yes. Are you leading me to say the negatives?
Well, because you'll hand that over for me.
Sometimes we cardinal signs can be just a little bit domineering. We might be a little bit self-centered, forgetting about others as we focus on our stuff. And often, we don't finish what we start.
What you started.
I thought I'd give a nice long pregnant pause there.
There you go. Nice. All right, so let's start off then. And of course, this reading has several essential questions, 4 to be exact. So the first one is, what is the primary focus for you Cardinal signs during this month?
Oh, do I like that. The primary focus is...
Whoops.
The 4 of Wands, upright.
The 4 of Wands.
Let's party. It's a season of party, right? All these holidays coming and stuff. So why not throw yourself a big celebration? There's a reason, maybe, that you have to celebrate. Maybe it's other than just the gatherings and get-togethers. But we cardinal signs, I think for the most part, are social creatures. So I think here this is just saying this is going to be a time for celebration, joy, and maybe even marriage for some, eh?
Could be. Traditionally, when I look at the 4 of Wands, I feel there is a sense of a harvest or celebration kind of thing. And so that could be late summer, fall gatherings. Thanksgiving, the American holiday of, kind of falls into that. It's sort of at the end of that. But that idea of being grateful for what you feel is what you've received, the bounty of your toil or work or whatever that is. And you can go as basic as you want or as spiritual, lofty-minded. A lot of times we put a lot of work into being a student.
Well, it'll be interesting.
You feel that reward, maybe.
It'll be interesting to see the next card, which is the role your interactions with others will play in the month ahead. Because usually this celebrating is done with others. It's not just a solo one. Although I'm sure there will be some of that. Some people are celebrating their success on their own. But you may be going to a celebration that other people will be attending. So, look at that. Oh my gosh. So the role your interactions with others will play in the month ahead with others is the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, correct? So Invitations that make you happy.
You know, that first card being the focus, saying this is fall and a time to celebrate, you know, thankfulness, etc. Maybe your interactions provide you being that kind of charming personality, that host of parties potentially, or at least somebody who maybe can navigate social structures in a way. You know, I'm sort of putting a little into that. But Cups is the card of human emotionality. And so it connotes a sense of serenity and maybe playful curiosity in a way.
I feel this could be first dates for some people. You know, this could be where you really find you are really connected with someone in your life, whether it's a friend or a lover. You know, you have a deeper bond, a deeper connection that you want to explore, whether it's romantic or otherwise platonic. I feel this is a real positive sign for your interactions with others in this month ahead, particularly since Mercury is going retrograde. Wow. So I mean,
maybe it won't be such a bad one.
maybe not for the cardinal signs for a number of you. Maybe you will have either good news to share with others and celebrate, or others will have good news to share with you and thus the celebration.
So
Those seem to lock.
Let's hope that next card ties in too then with the overall ideas here.
Well, opportunities or challenges you may face in this month ahead and how best you can tackle them.
Nice.
It's the Hanged Man upright. Yeah. You got 3 upright cards. That's awfully nice. So,
well, it means there are some opportunities, and maybe some of the opportunities are for you to kind of step down from your soapbox a little bit. Maybe you've been holding yourself to a standard of, you know, purity, and in that particular situation it interacts with, you know, you might have to step down. So this is like saying, you know, maybe you have that one particular uncle at the Thanksgiving gathering that has to sort of pontificate about what he feels is wrong with the world or with politics. That person should maybe consider their actions and consequences. Maybe they shouldn't let ego and their own needs and desires drive everything. So people can look at this as an opportunity to kind of, you know, salvage a little bit of their maybe, you know, more angsty feelings.
Well, the opportunity or challenge is this. I mean, things seem to be going so swimmingly that you have an opportunity this month to kind of, you know, and also with the Mercury retrograde energies, it's always a good idea to kind of step back and assess things that need assessment right now. You know, perhaps maybe there's year-end things that you're concerned about, where your finances are going to be at year-end. Maybe you're preparing for tax season next year. Yeah, I don't think this necessarily relates to these 2 cards. This could be something else you'll be experiencing in this month ahead. It's something that will pull you back and make you look at more long range or a broader picture on things now. So, you know, like in the U.S., we have changes going on with our government, and so maybe this is a time for you to assess things and do some long-range planning as to what some of these things may mean for you. Ooh. So, like I said, it could be any number of things. I really think that this might be something separate from this. My opinion.
I can see that.
All right, so what's the last one?
Well, finally then,
excuse me, I lost my voice.
Or how can you use your modality's superpower to its best advantage?
Sorry, got a little foggy there. Still am. Okay, I like this, even though it's reversed. So it's the Hermit reversed. Yeah. So really here, when you think about your modality superpowers, you know, you want to keep moving, you want to keep active, enthusiastic, zest for life, you want to win. So you can't just do it by hiding in your cave, you know, you got to come out and engage with others, engage with the world, confidently, show them the wisdom you have, the knowledge, your talents, your skills and abilities in this month ahead. This is what it's saying, you know, be a starter, you know, start something. Initiate something that will wow people.
The Hangman may have been a sign that, you were thinking about some things, but the Hermit reverse is saying, like, it's time to really put it into action. And maybe this is saying, really, what you have internalized, what you have felt is good. And now you realize you do have a basis for putting your actions, your care, your sympathy or concern, your interactions with others out there in real time. And so you're going to try to be practical minded, but also be fair and really think about the lessons of life and how you are feeling them and how you are still, modeling that behavior for others and joining with others.
So, this is the kind of reading that touches on different areas, that you might be, going through in the month ahead. And I really feel here this is one thing and this is another. Sometimes the whole thing just seems to revolve around one issue of importance for, the modality. But in this case, I see two things going on as we recap here. And I think these two cards, like you may have pointed out here, are intrinsically tied together too.
Okay, well, I think it's really cool, and I think that the thing to consider is that we're starting this activity, this solar cycle, just as we move into the American Thanksgiving holiday season, and then we're literally ending it, right around December 21st or so, as the sun transits again. But, of course, that's the idea of course, the solstice and that returning sun, and so it's like a whole month's progression, and we're feeling and doing these things, and it's not all one thing. It's probably a lot of things.
So let's take a look real quick here. I would say that you are going to be interacting a lot with others, celebrating, enjoying company of friends, family, whatever the case may be. Maybe getting out there in social scenes, dating, there could be the start of new relationships for some. I feel here with this Page of Cups, I think here that you might deepen some ties. You might realize how connected you really are to somebody you meet, whether it's a new friend or, others.
There's something charming and welcoming here with those cards, and the idea that maybe, despite whatever's happened recently, we're still open to embracing our inner goodness and seeing it in others.
And then I'm just literally doing them 2 and 2 here because that's kind of what I see. I think it's time to really step back and take a look at, your progress or certain factors in your life. Do things need tweaking, changing? Be objective. Be honest with yourself. Take a broad look at things in your life, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's all of it, whether it's with your finances, whether it's all of it. And engage again. Be ready to get out there and engage, I feel, by the end of this cycle. I don't know why, but I think this is going to play out because Mercury retrograde in particular is a time where you do need to step back and do more internal than external work. So I see this happening later in the,
the season of Sagittarius culminates in that winter solstice, and it's the idea maybe of really having learned that lesson, peace and love for all humans, It's a beautiful way to see that these energies just kind of take us through that point. And hopefully, this is going to be a special holiday season.
Goodness. That's what we have for the Cardinals. We spent a bit of time here.
Okay, so now
let's see what's going on with the fixed signs. Yes, here, Mr. O, you shuffle first.
Alrighty.
And the fixed signs are those Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius among us.
Indeed.
And they have a lot of positives, let me just say. They are steady, they are stable, they are determined, they're resolute, they're self-reliant. They forge ahead, calmly working on their objectives, unless it's computer stuff. Anyway.
We still work on them, even if we're not calm.
They remember those who have helped them in the past. They're persistent, they concentrate, they're powerful yet purposeful, and they have no wasted motions. You could almost see Mr. O here trying to go like this with me.
What took you so long? Negatives. Well, we are stubborn, us fixed signs, all of us, not just the Scorpios. Hey, Taurus and Aquarius, I get it. It's the my way or the highway kind of thinking, and they have a tendency to get stuck there and feeling like they're always right. So it is something, you know, about the ego in a way that you see with those guys, the fixed signs. All right, so let's go to our questions then.
Indeed, I'm cutting for you.
What will be the fixed signs focus in this next month ahead?
Fingers crossed you have a good reading, fixed signs. Let's see what we get.
And our first card, I love it. It's the Nine of Cups. So
Wow.
for you guys, maybe you fixed signs, you really are feeling the wonder of dreams and wishes coming true in a way. Maybe you're really taking to heart the idea that at this time of year, whatever you really want, you can manifest, you know. And so whether that comes as just, you know, wishful dreaming, or whether that comes maybe as the result of how you really apply yourself in this time period ahead, it's probably either of those.
Well, you know, I think that basically, what is this again? I'm sorry, the first one. Primary focus. Primary focus is, I don't want to say it's all about you, fixed signs, no. But it's all about what you're passionate about. It's all about what you desire. It's about manifesting it. It's about making it happen. And that's your primary focus for, you know, this period ahead. You want to make something happen. You want to bring something to life. You want a certain success, and you've been hoping, wishing for, working towards. It could happen.
It's that Laverne and Shirley theme. Make all our dreams come true for me and you.
So the next card is about how your interactions will affect you in this month ahead, the role they will have in your life. Uh-oh.
Yes. Kill them with kindness, I say. Ten of Swords.
What?
Well, your interactions may be a little bit, you know, kind of pointy, you know, kind of specific, you know. Are you needling somebody because maybe they haven't really helped you achieve your dreams? Okay, maybe there's not a connection there, but I could kind of see the idea that, you know, this is feeling like, you know, you're not going to always use friendliness to make your point. You might be feeling like you have to be a little bit more forceful. And while I can kind of see that with these signs, I don't know if it's necessarily the best way you should operate. What do you think?
Well, it's a Ten of Swords. And you know what I would say here is that either you are needling someone or someone is needling you. I mean, it could be either way here.
You're in that situation where maybe there's a divisiveness.
Well, you could get backstabbed. You know, you may be perfectly innocent here, but others have ill intent towards you. I mean, it can happen. But, you know, Scorpios, like, for example, I couldn't put it past some of you fixed signs to initiate this. You know, maybe you've had enough. Maybe you've had enough of somebody's behavior or antics, and you know, you've decided it's time to dress them down. But, you know, you ought to be careful with stuff like that because it has a way of backfiring on you.
Okay, thank you. You know, it's the holidays, and the holidays are very stressful for a lot of people, and whether it is the fixed signs overreacting or actually reacting because of the unimaginable amount of stress that may be happening because of the holidays.
Well, you know, we got Thanksgiving coming up, and even though the election is over and done with in the U.S., for example, it still may be difficult for families to sit at the table together and let it go. You know, I do feel that still that energy is out there, and so, especially in the U.S., and I'm sure in other countries, you know, like Britain, for example, you know, they have a lot of polarization right now as well. You can think of other countries too, so that are not necessarily, you know, democracies. So go on.
If you are, you know, hosting a holiday party and you feel you have, you know, some prospects there,
well, just be aware.
Overdouse their drinks and give them really chewy food so that they'll just be chewing their food and they won't be able to talk.
Well, that aside, I would just say here, watch your back, but also don't be ready to just throw those daggers at somebody else's back either. This is going to be a very tricky period for you. And remember, Mercury's retrograde, so all of these kind of anger and resentments or betrayal kind of feelings, they're going to be amplified.
And at the end of this, there may be a rationale for understanding it. You probably do need to try to understand it.
Well, you need to be better. You need to move towards the light as opposed to, blocking out that light.
So number 3, though, what are your challenges and opportunities, and how can you use them to best advantage?
Well, some challenges await.
And it is the 5 of Pentacles. And you are going to be challenged, I think, definitely.
Wow. Well, I would say here that some people might feel betrayed by their job, their government. It could be a number of things here that causes you to lose money where perhaps you were hoping it wouldn't be that way. I think the challenge here is, how do you work with an unstable environment where you feel like your resources are threatened, are under threat for whatever reasons. Maybe people, oftentimes, let's not forget, at this time of year, many places cut things. They cut people, they cut benefits. I'm getting part of my healthcare benefit is being cut from me, for example. And a lot of these changes usually happen before year's end. So you may find some unfavorable. The challenge will be, how will you navigate this new normal, whatever it is?
Your challenge could be very much finding a safe space, finding a space where you feel will have you. Maybe what you're feeling, or what the challenge is keeping yourself safe, or finding a way to find the voices or places you feel are better for you rather than the ones that are not.
And Mr. O, I can't rule out the connection, obviously, with that card either.
Yeah.
It's something that maybe comes up unexpectedly from others, whether it's a boss, a company you work for, friends or family who betray you or you feel have put you in a very bad spot. And so, I can't rule that out either, that these two aren't tied together.
I look at the fixed signs and I see, each of them have a potential for speaking their minds, speaking bluntly. These are not necessarily qualities that will engender everyone in this current environment to understand or just say, well, that's just Obi blowing off some steam or whatever. So we do have to be a little bit careful. There's a lot of, I'm not telling people to capitulate, but you want to choose certain audiences for sure.
All right, so how can you use fixed signs, your modality superpower to best advantage in the month ahead? Oh, okay. Well, you know what? This is kind of good, and I mean, it's good and it's bad.
Be a chaos agent. It's the full reversed.
All right, that's a typical Scorpio answer. I'll give
everything. Burn the house down. Okay, no, we're not saying that.
But if you truly look at your fixed signs here, I think what it's saying is that the best way to use your modality superpower is to keep steady. Maintain steadiness. You're a steady person. You're determined. You're resolute. Don't take any unnecessary risks during this time. There's no need to. You may have concerns. This may have really thrown you for a loop, whatever's going on here. But this is not a time to take risks. Your wish is very close to being achieved. You're very close to manifesting something. So just remain calm.
Your superpower could in fact be for you to be able to sense and expect the unexpected and be able to initiate a proper strategy.
Nice one there too, Mr. O.
Shall we tie it up?
Yeah, let's tie it up.
Alrighty.
I think here, I see a number of things that are going on, and
it is a mixed bag.
It is a mixed bag, and I don't feel like there's lots of connection here.
It's probably the
there
Mercury.
may be between the three of these. There may be even between the last card and the first, because I think you're so close to manifesting something right now that you desire. You should keep at it. Keep pacing yourself and working towards your goals in this month ahead. Don't take any unnecessary risks. Stay the course. Stay the course. There's going to be something that's going to upend you, you know, it's going to surprise you. It's coming from others. It's coming from a place of harm. And you either are going to be the one to do it, or somebody's going to be punching those swords into your back. And so you have to decide how you're going to respond to that.
You know, Banshee, it almost falls into the expect the unexpected.
Yeah,
that this may be saying is that, you know, not everybody is exactly your best friend. And so in the workplace or in the halls of worship or wherever, you may have to be able to counter that.
And it could tie into that, obviously, because you feel like things are threatened now, your livelihood, your well-being, or your place at the table is being threatened now. And boy, you know, I mean, I obviously can see some serious political implications here with what's been going on in the country, but, you know, everybody's different, and everybody has been affected by this differently in the fixed signs. Some are happy with the changes. Others feel their livelihoods may be threatened, that they have to guard their resources now, that they have to watch who they commiserate with, etc. They feel left out now since the government is totally one-sided. Well, I was afraid of one-sided government, but you know, we are getting to the point too where when both sides were there, they couldn't get it together either. So the bottom line is nobody's happy and everybody's a little nervous, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of you fixed signs aren't for that reason. But that aside, this could be your livelihood, this could be your workplace upending things, this could be some financial things that are not working to your investments or in betterment. It could be investments. Whatever the case may be, don't overreact.
I think we have to look beyond the idea of, you know, people maybe feeling like there are safe places and unsafe places, and look more at the idea of what security is. And people have to feel like, how do I feel physically protected by certain actions or by what I can do? Those are those challenges and opportunities to make sure you can take care of yourself. So if that means, you know, doing a little extra grocery shopping or, you know, installing more lighting or things like that, those are practical things. They don't necessarily mean that you don't trust people, but just you are being proactive.
So you definitely have a little bit of a challenging Mercury retrograde coming. Wish you luck, fixed signs.
Alrighty. And so that takes us finally to our final modality.
The mutables.
The mutables.
They have lots of positive attributes. I'll rattle them off while I shuffle here.
Alrighty.
They go with the flow. They're adaptable, flexible, versatile, and highly resourceful. They can change when necessary. It's quite easy for them to do so. It's almost as if they can assume other identities or personas like a chameleon. They're well liked by others. They enjoy learning. They're play-fair. Hey, they're diplomatic, sharp, sympathetic. They can see beneath the surface of things. They're selfless and quick to help others.
Well, of course, they're not perfect, so therefore I will recite their negatives. You know, some of the mutables try too hard to please everyone. You cannot be a servant of multiple masters.
There you go.
But they can be wishy-washy and inconsistent. And sometimes, maybe because of this, they appear downright duplicitous. So they often end up stretching themselves to the breaking point, not being able to really help anybody if they are trying too hard to help everybody. But they're usually a little better than that.
All right. And did we say they are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces?
We did now.
We did now. Oh, dear.
We saved the best for last.
All right.
All right. So our questions then, as usual, what is the primary focus for the mutables?
Oh, well, it's the Eight of Swords.
It's upright.
And it is upright. Well, I think with you guys, the mutables, maybe you feel like you're in a bind right now. You're in a bind because, when you try to please everybody all the time, you can lose yourself in that. Where do your boundaries stand? Where do your boundaries stand? Are you feeling boxed in, or can you be the flexible you in this situation? I feel here something is challenging your sense of self, your sense of authority, your sense of agency, and you feel a little less confident in the moves that you want to make.
That's a Saint Bernard, right? Maybe?
No, it is a boxer.
Oh, okay. Well, it's nearly the same breed, I believe.
American boxer.
So
maybe.
Do you maybe feel your focus is feeling or wanting to be in a safe place, but maybe you have to examine that because the safe place may be an illusion. There are not necessarily safe places anymore, and sometimes the things that we feel maybe contain us and protect us don't exactly. That there may be more membrane porousness in there too, and so this is saying your focus for the month needs to be aware that some things appear safer, but we still have to find ways to interact with everything, not necessarily closing ourselves off from other things.
Right. Don't let recent events in your business, personal life, or collectively, whatever the case may be, make you want to hold back. Still be you. Still go out there with the confidence you know you have. Don't let others bring you down.
So what is the role that your interactions with others will play during this time?
Well, there you go. It's a Chariot reversed. I think these two probably are tied together because I feel here your interactions with others make you want to just full stop something, you feel stalled. Maybe, you relayed some great idea you thought you had to somebody else and they shot it down, whether it was at work or whether it was in your personal life. Whatever it is, you feel shut down by others, I think, in this month ahead.
If your primary focus is to sort of feel like you're sort of in a holding pattern of sorts, then the way you interact with others is maybe saying, I don't have this motivation right now. I don't have this energy to pursue this situation, this goal, whatever it is. And so this may be saying you are asking for a chill or a timeout of some sort, but it's really kind of already the same thing that you're going through in a way. This could denote that maybe there's something about the Mercury retrograde or something about the seasonal time of year that is affecting you a little bit stronger, mutables.
I was going to say that too, about the Mercury. Thank you for bringing it up, because I was going to say that maybe what this is also saying, aside from this card, that with Mercury retrograde, not a lot is happening for you socially. It seems like you're either, or the things that are happening are just missing their mark. You might get invitations to events late, or things might get canceled on you. It just seems like there's not a lot happening.
So regardless of that, there still may be challenges or opportunities for you in this month ahead.
Well, maybe this gives you an opportunity to try to get something generated and going. It's the Prince of Swords, which is it's the Knight of Swords. So I think it's movement. So I think here maybe if this is really, that's really good to see here. But of course, it's the opportunity or the challenge. And as we can see here, you're kind of walling yourself off. Others may be stifling you or causing you to do that. And here, there's this idea for movement. So that's the challenge. How can you move in an environment like this? How can you move constructively forward? You have to make right decisions for yourself that are in your best interests that will allow you to break whatever's happening here.
That's a really good card, and it does still have that question is what exactly can one do? And mostly holiday, this is about maybe a sense of being brave. And you know, sometimes when we think about acts of bravery, that could be daunting to some of us. But really, if this is about taking initiative with maybe social situations, and it is the holiday time, then you just have to find it within yourself to be brave. Remember, everybody else could be struggling with those same things too.
I like that, and it certainly ties in with this card here in that, you know, the bravery aspect, because, you know, you're here struggling with that right now, you know, struggling with your self-confidence and your ability to be, you know, be able to be a mover, shaker, etc. Okay, so how can you use your modality superpowers to your advantage this month?
Oh.
Wow.
It's the Princess of Pentacles, and she correlates to the Page of Pentacles.
Yep.
Your superpower is best served maybe by understanding that there are underpinnings and that there are deeper feelings and sensitivities to all of our decisions. And it's not up to you to necessarily make snap decisions or quick decisions, but to maybe let some of these things absorb a little bit. You know, it's okay to say to somebody, I have a lot to think about right now. I want to, you know, pursue that and get back to you. Or can we talk more about this tomorrow or next week? It's okay to ask people for a little bit of time so you can understand them as well.
Well, I'm going to go a little bit off the superpower tangent, but I'm also going to throw something out there about how you can use your modality superpower. I think here with the Page of Pentacles is a very grounded kind of person. And they say just go with the flow right now. And if things aren't flowing, maybe you have to move with it right now. Maybe you just have to chill and make the decision that I'm just going to ride this out. And the Page of Pentacles here, I'll go a little bit further. The Page of Pentacles here is about grounding and centering yourself. If you're not feeling in your power right now, it's time to, you know, bring it back. That may involve getting in touch with nature. That may involve doing activities and things that you're enthusiastic about. So that brings back that spirit of can do rather than no can do.
I like that because it's a hint to what this page can be interested in, and a lot of that is about knowledge and learning. And so this is saying, really, if you are hitting a certain impasse, maybe take the time to read a book of poetry or philosophy or any subject that maybe is interesting to you, and just detract yourself a little bit with some other immersive kind of thinking and reading and reflection.
Exactly. So interesting time for you as well. It certainly was not like the fixed signs, but you do have a few challenges this month. And the challenge is really how to get through a period that seems to have sapped you of your self-esteem or your self-confidence and has kind of got you stuck in the water with others. You're not sure how to move forward and how to get things moving in your life where you're interacting with others.
A part of that is, of course, some of the personality aspects of Mutable, but it's also, too, don't think otherwise, that it is about Mercury retrograde happening these next few weeks, as well as the pressures of the holiday season. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of anxiety about people getting it right. And especially now, where we've kind of moved into a new era politically, we want to, feel confident about where we're going.
You may be allowing others to stifle your creativity and your enthusiasm that you have to move something forward. Don't allow that to happen. Just maybe sit on it a while, but don't allow that to happen until you can make the appropriate right decisions on how you want to move forward, right?
That's it exactly. And I like that. And not only does it call for a sense of being brave in attending to these situations, but you have to feel a sense of confidence too. You have to tell yourself, I know I'm doing the right thing, even if I don't have everybody on my side.
And go with the flow of things right now. If you just don't feel that confident, hold back. Find out what you need to know to regain your confidence, your control over things. Ground and center. Get out in nature. Get out, relax a little bit. Or as he said, pick up a book and read. Do something that will rekindle, inspiration within you.
Stimulation.
Good luck with that. Well,
and so with that, then, we have completed another monthly modality message for all the signs of the zodiac as determined by their modalities, whether they be cardinal, fixed, or mutable. And that leaves us with, sending our best wishes for this month ahead.
Happy birthday to our Sagittarian friends once again. And we'll be back with another monthly modality message when the sun enters the sign of Capricorn. I like saying that. Capricorn. All right, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
And don't forget that tomorrow or very soon we will also have an unhappy hour where we will help you turn that frown upside down. And that too is based on zodiac kind of stuff going on. The moon is moving into its fourth quarter, so we think it's time to do that.
Come and find where it hurts and what you can do about it.
See you soon.
All right, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.